Alright guys, I've landed into Nuke and today we're going to look at the best knife and glove combos for every single budget in Counter-Strike 2. I'll have all the budgets timestamped below and we're going to have two options for each budget, so if you want to jump to a specific one, by all means go for it. But it would be nice if you watched the whole video. So starting on the $200 side of things, right here, this is bang on a $200 combo. Unhinged gloves in field test are going to run you $84, and then the survival knife stand is $116 also in field test. What I like about this is the stand, when it gets that like light hitting it, it's like this sort of silvery effect. You got the silver accents on the gloves. Overall, this actually comes together really nice, and the knife has some unique animations too, which are $200 total cost. Very nice one. Now, before we look at these skins, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Knifey. Knifey is the ultimate way to bring your favorite CS2 skins to life with IRL CS2 knives. These are high quality, accurate recreations of your favorite CS2 knives, and I've personally got my eye on the Stiletto lure, as that's a skin I'm waiting for Valve to add to the game. And good news, you can use my code Fozzy to get 20% off your order. So with more than 200 skins across 16 categories, worldwide shipping, and ultra fast support, if you want to pick up an IRL CS2 knife, then you should check out Knifey. Thanks to Knifey for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to it. And then my alternative $200 combo, it might not be for everyone, but it's going to be Specialist Gloves Buckshot and Field Test, they're about $89, and then a Rustcoat Gut Knife is going to run you about $108. All these prices are from the 15th of November, by the way, and that total cost then is $197. Gut Knife isn't for everyone, but it's got the brown handle, so you may as well double down on the brown and go for the Rustcoat, and then go for gloves that have brown accents that then you can use just to run with whatever you want weapon skin wise. I personally prefer the Broken Fangs and the Stand, but I want to give a mixed sort of options for everyone. As we move to the $350, you can get a bigger knife and some more colors going. So this is Bowie Knife lure with the Yellow Bandits. The knife is minimal wear. The gloves are going to be field tested, and the total cost is $287. So we're not even like scratching the surface of that $350, but I do think overall it's pretty cool. I love now that you see the left glove with the Bowie and the lower for the Bowie. The green handle's a little but for the price you're paying, big blade, lots of cool design. I think this is pretty cool, and it's the OG movement knife as well, if you care about that. And if you want to get closer to that $350 budget, but go for something a bit more neutral, because maybe you're using mixed weapon skins, I think going for the Nomad Urban Mast with the Moto Glove Smokeout can be a pretty good choice. The Nomad knife obviously has some very nice animations like this, and it's going to run you about $190 for minimal wear. The gloves and field test are $150, but you can see they hold up pretty well and are pretty clean. So I definitely think this is a very, very cool option for a good knife with animations and clean gloves that are then just neutral for building out your loadout. Alright, $500, where do we go? Yes, it's going to be another gut knife, but bear with me. The gloves, Broken Fang Jade in minimal wear, so they're going to be super clean and look super good. And you're going to go for a Phase 2 Gamma Doppler gut knife, which is about $285 and factory new. What I like about this is the Fade 2 into the Jade gloves looks very, very good. And then, while the brown and the bronze aren't 100% pairing together, they at least sort of complement and work together to a certain extent. So this is quite a unique and nice combination you can run. And there's not been too much appreciation for blue yet, so let me clear that up now. We're going to have polygons with a blue steel. Polygons, $175 for them in field tested. They pick up some scuffs here and there, but overall, they're not too bad. And then the flip knife blue steel is about $300 for minimal wear. Now, this is one of the ones, you can go for any blue steel knife you want. I think particularly the blade of the flip knife looks quite good in blue steel, especially on minimal wear. And I think that pairs quite nicely into the color of the knuckles off the polygon. So, you know what? I like how this one comes together for $475. Then I'm going to go to the $750 budget. And if I'm being honest, this is such excellent value for money area. You can see here, Stiletto knife, S tier, potentially the best knife in the game. Targeted factory news, $443, and then big game gloves and field tested are $230. So this is actually coming in at under $700, not even close to the $750 mark. And this is banging. There's so much like on the orange and the black side of things you can then do around these gloves that comes together so damn well. And the reason I like it so much is because you also then get Sports Gloves Scarlet Sham in this budget, and I think these are one of the best value for money gloves in the game. And the Huntsman Slaughter pairs so well with this because the handle has a really nice sort of deep black, which pairs in with the gloves. The Huntsman blade is super mean. You can obviously get some of the OG patterns for the Slaughter, not that you overpay for them anymore. And it's a nice animation. Like, this is a $655 combo. So honestly, I've not even maxed the $750. You got $75 of buffer here for this combo. Like, that is pretty damn nice. Now, the $1,000, I'm going to sit much closer to it. Here, I'm going for Crimson Web on Crimson Web. But Specialist Gloves, probably the second best tier of gloves you can get. Minimum wear, $650. Now, they still get a little bit of wear on the thumb, but overall, like, the E text looks really nice and clean, and you can pick up webs on the hand pattern for not too much overpay. And then for going for classic knife, Crimson Web, because you can get so much web design on this knife. Also, it's got that idle animation, which is super cool. The rare inspect. I think we sleep on classic knives a little bit. Maybe when they get more finishes, that'll change. But this combo for $960 for a red loadout, I personally maybe prefer the Scarlet Shams, but if you want something different, this kind of cooks. Now, Saipina has been trying to sell me on this PAL Fade agenda for a while. It didn't quite work. Obviously, I went for the Huntsman. But PAL gloves in minimal wear are about $470 and do look really nice. And because there's that white accent on them, you can actually like try it with a Vaporwave. Just trust me, it cooks. And then I've gone for Kukri Knife Fade. I don't really suggest the Kukri enough, and it is a good knife. I know the animations can be a little bit goofy, like maybe people think the hang time's too much, but I really like those draw animations. Both of those are sick. I just wish there was more for the like the actual inspect animation. But this is $30 over. We always run with a 5% buffer, and you might be able to snipe it as well. So I think this is just like, this is super unique, and you won't see many people using it. Okay, we jumped to $12.50. We're one of my old combo ideas, which was field tested sports gloves Omega with a lure, but we're going to go for the battle scarred butterfly lure, which is $875, and the gloves are around $395. Now, one thing for the battle scarred butterfly, this is a random generated one, but what you can normally find is one where the front and the back of the blade are pretty clean, and then it's like that side bit, which now you can see just mostly grey with like a little tiny mark or two of yellow. There's loads of them on the market where like each side of the blade is clean, and then that bit is just fully marked off because of the wear. Like all the wear is on the side of the blade, so you actually get a clean looking blade for battle scarred, and then it doesn't look like it's scuffed. It looks like it should be normal, which I think is kind of cool. This is $20 over the budget, but you know, as I say, a little bit of flex. And this is actually a lot of inspiration from my old combos, but I do change the knife. So we're going to have field tested specialist foundation gloves here. These gloves actually wear really nicely. They come in under $300 and field tested, which is super nice. And then I've gone for a butterfly black laminate because battle scarred runs you $925, and I like I really like black laminates with these foundation gloves. I think it comes together really nicely. I previously used a battle scarred M9 bayonet, but you can see here, any black laminate is going to work really nicely, and this one is $1,220. Right, we're getting pricey because we go to the $1,500 mark, but God, this actually, I theory crafted this, but it looks so much better in game. Field tested amphibious gloves, about $680. Unfortunately, they still get marks on the knuckles. It is what it is. But Stiletto Knife Doppler Phase 3, those colors of blues actually work really nicely with the colors of blues that are on the pattern of the glove. So this is $1,380. You actually got $120 buffer. So maybe if you want to overpay to try and get cleaner knuckles on the sports gloves, you can. And back to that sort of orange vibe, I think Tiger Strike and Tiger Tooth can cook, even though the oranges aren't perfectly together. So this is $1,470. I went for a Talon because I like the fact that the ivory then kind of pairs in a little bit with like the white marks on the gloves. Obviously, the tiger pattern is there. It's just a shame that the colors aren't 100% perfect, but you know what? Like, I think sometimes we have to accept that CS isn't going to have perfect colors all the time. Overall, I think this is kind of interesting. Now, a more steep jump in the budget. We're going to go $2,000 mark, which means you can get minimal wear snow leopards, which look incredibly clean. Let me show you those. Like, look how clean these look. Obviously, you can hunt for different patterns for how you want the spots to look, but that's whatever. We have another Talon knife here, Phase 4, which in the right sort of patterns can look like a fake sapphire. Like, this looks incredibly nice. This white glove that's so clean with this mostly purple knife, and then that ivory handle as well. For the snow leopards, I think that just kind of works quite nicely. It's $10 over budget, but when you're spending $2,000, that doesn't really matter. This one's probably a bit too much over budget, but I thought it's close enough, and I want to showcase it. $2,080 for 80 over. With the 5% buffer, I think that's still fine though. So, right, sports gloves, Scarlet Shams are going to go minimal wear. I was trying to cook this with slingshots, but the best you could get was field tested, and the palm of the Scarlet Shams looks so clean and minimal wear, and the colors pop so much. Again, I went for a slaughter, but this time it's butterfly knife. You go for any of the higher tier knives here that you want. I think this comes together really, really nicely. Now, I want to get some appreciation for the Nox in here and gem knives. So $2,500 basically opens up this kind of option for you. Now, I've gone field test at Nox for $550. You can get tier 1 and tier 2 patterns for that price quite often, so you can go hunting for it. Personally, I run mine with an emerald, but the ruby on the Huntsman looks so damn good. And what I like about this is, I mean, if you look at this, obviously it's 500 more, but funny enough, this one actually comes in at less than the one I've just shown for the $2,000 budget with how I've worked my my buffer. I know, cookery in the comments for that one, guys, but this is $5 less than the one I've just previously shown. But maybe you want to hunt for lower float field tested gloves. I think that's why I left some buffer, because that can increase by $100, $200. Now, at this point, I've somehow ended up using lots of Talon knives. I didn't even plan this. I went sort of just through naturally and realized there's tons of them. But this is Vice gloves, field tested, which are just over 1,000. And then the knife is going to be $1,250, which means total cost, you're talking $2,300. You got some buffer of $200, which means, again, if you want to hunt for a better pattern and lower float to try and remove those scuffs, you can. But CS2 Doppler knives with the Vice gloves are just perfect. Like, they just are. You can scale this down to like a Navajo CS2 if you wanted to, whatever. Still look good. So overall, this is an absolutely banging combo in my opinion. Now, I have 6 more combos, and we're now at just ridiculous pricing, so bear with me. This combination, $5,000 budget. It's superconductors in field test, which are $2,500, and then a Karambit Gamma Doppler Phase 1, because that's the phase I think pairs best with the accent colors of the gloves. Now, you can hunt for different patterns to try and make that work in different ways, but honestly, just looking at this is such like a baller OG CS combo that has just risen so much in price over the years. But I like this play side of the knife, looks so good. And then if you're happy to go $100 over budget, you can go for minimal wear emerald webs, which you can see here. They look body clean, super clean. And I went for a flip knife emerald. Now, I don't know why the flip knife emerald is so much more expensive compared to the huntsman. Like, honestly, I have no idea. Let me know why, guys. But this, like, if you're going for a full baller green loadout, this is pretty damn good. I thought it was about time I got some spearmint appreciation. Now, minimal wear these gloves on you £5,000, which is crazy. And then I'm going to pair it with a Phase 3 Gamma Doppler M9 bayonet. And I think in general, Phase 3s are just the best to pair with this. One thing I think you need to note is you have to try and get a pattern which has that nice, like, greeny teal color closer to the bottom of the blade, so it looks like it runs from the gloves in. But the handle, or I don't want to say the handle, like the bit at the bottom of the blade of the M9 bayonet, that color is actually super close to what the spearmints are, which I think looks pretty damn good. And this is $6,900 in total. I thought we need to get another ruby in, and my god, look how beautiful this is. This is crimson kimonos. I've just generated a random pattern. There is some overpay for different patterns and stuff, but that's a whole other video basically. This minimal wear with a factory new stiletto Doppler ruby is also $6,900. Somehow I got in a $5,000 buffer. I somehow landed on the exact same price for both, but I think this looks unbelievably good. If you want like S tier, absolute S tier red loadout, this is perfect. Now, where can we go over $10,000? It's just unlimited budget. Fucking hell, this is sweet. Minimum wear Pandora's box. I didn't jump the factory new. I tried to be reasonable, guys. $11,000-ish, plus minus, depending on the marketplace. Pricing of this stuff varies so much every time I check it. But 11 grand for the gloves, and then just over £10,000 for the M9 bayonet Black Pearl. Black Pearl and Pandora's box is such an endgame combo. It is beautiful. Like, this is insanely nice. It's a £21,000 combo. Wild. If you want to spend a few grand more, you can go for Hedge Maze in minimal wear for 9 grand. So the gloves are cheaper, but the knife is almost $16,000 for the Emerald Butterfly. Now, this one irks me because the colors don't pair perfectly. And when you're dropping nearly £25,000, I kind of would want them to. But pro players and collectors just use this for shits and giggles. So there we go. Now, it's a longer video than usual, but I've tried to speed run it a little bit so I'm not boring you guys too much. But we have 24 combos here, starting from $200 all the way to unlimited budget. And I know it's only 2 for each, and I need to go make updated videos for like my $500 combos, for example, and show you 10 plus combos. But I wanted like one video that you guys can come to for any budget and get an idea of what's possible. So hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you hit that like button. It is greatly appreciated. Hit the subscribe button right here. We're trying to make a push to 7,000 subscribers, and all the help on there would be sweet. And finally, a big thank you to the YouTube members that continue to support the channel. It is greatly appreciated. We're starting to cook viewer loadouts for members. I'm making videos around it, so if you want one of those done, make sure you check out that join button down below. And maybe, I hope you can go buy one of these combos. If it's one of the insane ones, then fair play to you. But I'm going to catch you in the next video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.